street now, then. You've missed a bit.
Haven't you got anything better to do than hang around here making stupid comments?
Ooh, temper.
I reckon it was her mother's idea.
What was?
Well, Elsa going off to Knaresborough.
Probably right. Mothers are like that, aren't they? They do hope to keep their daughters away from you.
I'm not surprised with you, aren't you?
Hey, I ain't got a birding club. I don't think I've, anyway.
Maybe she'll ring, eh?
No, chances have plenty of time. If she's going to ring her, she would have done by now.
What do you reckon I should do?
Well, if you really want my opinion, I think you're best off out of it. Leave well alone.
I wish I could. But it's different. Elsa's different.
Jack, what are these for?
To wish you luck in your new career.
Part-time barmaid? Hardly a career.
Well, that's why I didn't bother buying any. I nicked those from Mars Garden.
You are daft. But thanks.
Never told you I've got a thing about barmaids. You looking forward to it?
Yeah, in a way. I don't know what my father would have thought, though. It's not the sort of job he had in mind for me.
Well, if it's any consolation, our dad used to say that being a barmaid was a proper job for a woman. Considering he was an alcoholic, I shouldn't think that's any recommendation.
Sounds like an expert opinion to me.
This party for Annie on Thursday, are we both going to go?
I don't see why not. We've both been invited.
Who's going to look after all our responsibilities, Mr. Wilkes? One of us will have to remain in charge. We do have a hostelry to run the nose.
Well, I'm sorry, it can't be me. I've been asked to keep Annie away from Emmerdale for the day and then take her up to the party in the evening. So that they can organise the party without her knowing.
I'll see.
Sarah can take over for the evening.
A new barmaid is more of a hindrance than a help. She'll not know how to pull a pint, how much drinks cost, how to cope with likes of Seth Armstrong.
She's a bright lass.
She may be, but we cannot leave this establishment in hands of an inexperienced barmaid. You may take your responsibilities lightly, Mr. Wilkes, but I do not. It's no easy matter to run a licensed premises.
Making a mountain out of a molehill as usual. We only wanted to take over for a couple of hours. All she needs to know is how to pull a pint.
That in itself is an art. She will require proper tuition.
We've got a week to teach her the ropes.
Since you consider it to be so trivial a task, I will leave Miss Connolly in your hands. I am going out to buy Annie's present.
Well, Ray, you must think of something. You might have no idea at all. Present for Annie.
A handbag. She's been dropping hints for weeks.
No, too late, I'm afraid. Henry phoned, he asked for a suggestion. I told him a handbag.
I think of something. No bright ideas? Maybe I'll go into Houghton then, see if I get some inspiration.
Well, we could both try and go in later on. Joe, there's been a letter from the insurance company. It looks like it's a write-off, I'm afraid.
Can't say we weren't expecting it.
They're only prepared to give us $350 for it.
Is that all?
Well, it did only cost us $500 in the first place, didn't it?
You spent a small fortune on it over the years.
Well, we won't get much for $350. I'll have to take the bus. See you all later.
Bye.
Joe having to take the bus. There is some justice in this world after all.
Look, love, he would have got you a car if he could, but he really can't afford it, you know.
Yeah, I know. He just shouldn't have promised, should he?
Well, maybe not, but... Well, he wasn't to know that my car was going to be a write-off, was he?
Mum, about university. I've decided that I want to go.
Oh, good.
But not until next year. I want to take a year off, have a bit of a break.
Won't you lose the place they've offered you?
No, there should be no problem. A lot of students take a year off before going.
Well, I still don't see why, though.
I just want to have a bit of breathing space. I'd like to get some money in the bank. Thought I'd get a job for a few months.
Listen, love, money will not be a problem.
Well, it is now. Who's to say it's going to be any different in a year?
Well, I'm sure it will be. Anyway, we'll talk about that later, OK? But, look, Rachel, I really, really want you to promise me that you'll go next year. You'll regret it if you don't. I wish I'd had the opportunity. I was married with a kid at your age.
Well, that's one thing you don't have to worry about.
You coping, love?
Yes, fine, thank you.
You two are in early.
Your new barmaid's first day, Henry. We want to get a proper welcome.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Thanks, Seth. That's very sweet.
Can I have a packet of crisps, Henry?
Cheese and onion, prawn cocktail, lamb and mince sauce.
Plain, please.
I'll have to go and get some more.
You'll be all right, buddy.
Yes.
Ready for another out, Bill?
Not just yet, sir. Couple of more mouthfuls, I reckon.
Well, when you're ready.
Aye.
You think you'll enjoy working here, love?
I'm sure I will, Seth, especially with you to look after me.
Right.
Just stick 2 halves in then, would you, love?
Aye, just top 'em up, you know, love.
Gentlemen, you disappoint me. I would have thought you could be more original than that.
I'm not with you, love.
I should try a little harder next time.
I told you to sharpen, Seth. You're a sharp lass.
What are you going to do? I quite fancy travelling, hitching around Europe. Need to earn some money first, though. Well, what did your mum say? Oh, she was all right about it. Maybe promise to go next year, mind. So you still want to go, then? Oh, yeah, definitely. I just don't want to get tied down too quickly. You know, end up in a career they have to do for the next 40 years. I mean, that frightens me. Yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was 18. Not sure I do now. Well, play your cards right. You might end up next lady of the manor. Oh, very funny. Come on, get a move on. Whatever you say, my lady.
I wish I could talk to her.
Why don't you?
Well, because she's in Knaresborough and I'm here.
Funny that, you know, I was talking to a kid the other day, and he would tell me about this brilliant new invention. Apparently they call buses. What you do is you get on them and they set you where you want to go.
Yeah, well, I can't, can I, Archie? Because I have to stay and do some work.
Look, if that's how you're going to be sharpening his tools, I'm sure Frank can manage without you. Here.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. I'll see you.
All right. Hey, send him my love.
Mr. Taylor.
Yes.
I need to go home. I don't feel very well.
You don't look ill. You're not skiving, are you?
No, I've got a really bad headache.
Well, you better get home to bed then, sleep it off. Make sure you're back on time tomorrow.
You looking for me, my dear?
I am, Councillor, yes.
Oh, shall we go inside?
No, thank you. I thought you might like to come for a walk with me.
Big fun?
Well, you could call it a fact-finding tour, if you like, a matter of civic pride. Do you know how many rubbish bins there are in Beckendale?
Not offhand, no.
Not enough. Which is why the village is always such a mess.
A mess? Well, the odd sweet paper, a few beer cans.
It's a lot worse than that. Tourists leave litter and it's affecting the wildlife.
No, I'm afraid I really don't have the time.
Look, I know that litter's not exactly a glamorous issue, but I do think there could be some votes in it for you.
It's not exactly a burning issue either, Mr.
That's where you're wrong, Mr. Turner. If there's one thing that everybody agrees on, it's rubbish.
Well, yes, you may be right.
I'm absolutely certain everybody moans about it. But if you're the councillor that comes up with a practical solution, you can't lose, can you?
Yeah. Yes, it could be a bit of a feather in my cap. You may have a point. Okay, lead on.
So what are you going to do with your year off?
Rachel fancies hitching across Europe.
Well, I thought I might get a job first for a few weeks, earn a bit of cash.
Maybe Joe would employ you.
He does that already. I don't think he'd fancy paying me as well. No, I fancy something a bit cushier.
Oh, Chris is looking for a receptionist, aren't you?
Hey, that sounds all right.
Well, we were really looking for someone with experience.
Come on, you told me it was a doddle. Why not give Rachel a go?
It's being advertised and I'll be interviewing in a week or two. If you're interested, give my secretary a ring for an appointment.
I might just do that. I've not decided what I want to do yet. I best be getting back. I'll see you later.
I see you. What was that about?
You shouldn't go out handing jobs on my behalf. I need someone who'll do the job properly, not someone who thinks it'll be a doddle while she earns a bit of money for a few weeks.
Sorry, Chris, I wasn't thinking.
No, you can't see that, can you? Come on, then. Fancy another pint, Bill?
All right, come on, then.
Just put the pint in these, will you, love? Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. Still getting used to it.
Good steady pull's what's needed.
Leave her alone, Emma. She knows what she's doing.
Here, I'll show you. Now, you just watch me. I turn my back for 1 minute and it's anarchy. Best get changed before I get a chill. And when I come back, I don't want to see you, Seth Armstrong, or you, Bill Whiteley. As for you, Miss Connolly, you'll have to do better than that if you want to work here.
What are you doing here? I thought you'd gone away. I'm still supposed to be, but when I got there, there didn't seem to be much point. Well, how are you? I mean... Oh, Rachel, I lie awake all night worrying. I go over and over it all. It seems so unfair. I mean, when you and Pete Whiteley... Well, you know... Yeah. Does your mum know you're back? No. I don't want to see her until I've seen Nick. She'll be worried. I know. When Nera and Michael packed me off to Knaresborough, I was grateful to them. I didn't know what to do, what I wanted to do, and they sort of took over. I didn't have to think anymore. Well, I do need to think. I can't ignore it, pretend it never happened, just go to my auntie's. Well, don't you think you better go home then? Talk it over with your mum? I can't talk to her. I know she only wants to do what's best for me, but she's behaving as though Nick had nothing to do with it. Well, he did. And I need to talk to him. So what's stopping you? I don't want to go looking for him in case somebody sees me and tell my mum. Will you find him? Tell him I'm here.
Knaresborough?
Yeah, she's staying at her auntie's. He's going to look her up in telephone directory. Silly kid. He's wasted his time and never find Elsa that way.
When did he go?
This morning. Told old man Tate that he were ill. Took morning off and went off on bus.
I hope old man Tate doesn't find out he was well enough to go off on a wild goose chase.
No, he was looking quite ill when I saw him this morning. Best be off. I'll see you both.
Nick, he just keeps making it worse for himself. Look, don't tell Frank, will you?
Honestly, Kathy, first you go round offering jobs to all and sundry, and now you want me to pretend that I don't know Nick Skivey.
He's got a lot to sort out.
It's his problem. He thinks he can get away with murder at the moment just because you're his sister.
That's not fair, Chris.
It'd serve him right if I did tell the old man. It's time he grew up.
Very grateful to you, Zoe. I'd no idea it was as bad as this.
It's only when you start to look you see how much litter there is.
Yes. Well, I shall certainly raise it at the next council meeting.
Oh, there, Patsy. Hi, Zo.
Brooks, pick that up.
You what?
Pick that up immediately. You see what I mean? Some people just don't care about their environment.
Absolutely, Mr. Turner. So we're going to get our litter bins then?
Yes, indeed. Well, I suppose some people won't use them properly.
Zo. I'm going to Great Yorkshire Show next week. You know, meet some blacksmiths, get some contacts like. Do you fancy coming with me?
Sure you wouldn't mind being seen with me?
What do you mean?
Boss's daughter. Class enemy.
So could I stay with you tonight, Rachel? I can't face home yet. Oh, last time you were supposed to stay. I just don't think my mum would agree to it. I would be staying this time, though. Even so, they were annoyed. You're going to have to go home eventually. I know, just not until I've seen Nick. Please, Rachel. You're going to have to face up to your mum sooner or later. Why not get it over and done with now? I thought you were my friend. I am. Look, I'll square it with my mum. You can stay, don't worry. Thanks. Will you get Nick? Yeah. I'll get him to come up after work. You can talk to him all night if you want to.
It was a bargain. Everyone's waiting for the new registrations. Besides which, I can claim the VAT back in the farm's books.
Oh, it's great. We should take a spin in it later on, try it out.
Aye.
We've got visitors?
No.
Whose is the car?
Mine. Well, ours.
Well, thanks very much, Joe. Come on, Elsa.
Oh dear, I thought there might be trouble.
But we need a car. We can't go messing about on buses. Maybe I'll buy an old banger sometime.
Yeah, well, you should explain that to her, love. She thinks that you don't care and that you've broken your promise.
It's not like that. Anyway, I can't get near her nowadays. She flares up the very word car.
I think I'll just have a word with her.
It's just not
fair. He promises to buy me a new car, then he says he can't afford it. Next minute he's gone out and bought himself a brand new one.
Look, Rachel, love, I know you feel let down, but you must be fair to Joe. He's got a business to run. He can't be wasting time going on the bus every time he needs to go into Houghton, can he?
Yeah, I suppose so. He just shouldn't have promised, should he? Oh, by the way, I've told Elsa that she can stay the night.
Oh, why?
What's the matter? Has Joe promised the spare bed to somebody else?
Oh, look, now you're being silly.
Oh, look, what do you expect? Oh, I'm sorry, I know you're right.
If I'm in the way.
No, of course you're not, love. It's just that, well, last time you said you were stopping over.
Mum,
you did
she's
rather...
staying with me, all right?
Is there something wrong at home?
Mum?
I'm only asking, Rachel.
There's nothing wrong. She just wants to stay the night.
Okay.
Hello, Henry. Hi, Sarah. Thought I'd come and see how the new barmaid was doing. Oh, not too bad, I suppose. Oh, I'm surprised Amos isn't hovering around. Wouldn't leave me alone for a minute when I first started.
He's inside sulking. Seth tried on one of his idiotic jokes and Amos got soaked.
Oh, dear. I don't suppose you were best pleased.
Oh, silly old fool. He gets worse as he gets older.
Oh, you two haven't fallen out again.
All right. About Annie's party. Instead of coming to me and talking about how we can both go, he's doing his Cinderella act. Oh, don't worry about me, Mr. Wilkes. I know where my duty lies.
Well, you're going, aren't you, Sarah?
Yes. I don't suppose Amos would leave me in charge of the pub on my own anyway, especially after this morning.
Henry, why don't I help Sarah out? Then Amos can go off to the party for an hour or two, come back and take over from us at the pub.
Ask him yourself. Make his day.
I'll do those.
Oh, thanks.
I had no idea how careless people could be. I shall have a word with the council about installing a bottle bank. At least that way the tourists will get rid of their rubbish properly.
So you're going to turn green in your old age, are you?
Now, not so much the old. No, I shall certainly make it one of my first priorities. Oh. Oh dear.
I think I know where the village's bottle bank should go.
Yeah, I couldn't. It'd not be fair on either of you.
Come on, Amos. I'm sure we can manage.
Yes, it'll make a nice change from being stuck in home farm 24 hours a day. Get me out, see people.
Will that be all right, Jack?
Don't ask me.
If you're sure.
Of course we are, Amos. Annie will be delighted.
In that case, ladies, thank you.
Thanks. You have, as they say, made an old man very happy.
Yes, I know. You only had to look at the smile on his face.
Not in me. I won't have to put up with his moaning anymore.
How's the restaurant business?
Not bad at all.
These trout were alive half an hour ago. Try that. Beautiful. Yeah, get the oatmeal really crispy and it soaks up the juice. Really nice.
Nick's done what? Gone to Knaresborough to see you.
Oh, no.
Don't you think it's time you two started talking to each other?
That's why I came back.
It's about time the pair of you grew up, Elsa, faced up to your responsibilities.
I didn't mean to get pregnant.
No, I don't suppose you did, but you are.
I didn't do it by myself. It took two of us.
I would have thought you had more sense, even if Nick didn't.
I didn't know.
Oh, come on, Elsa, you can't be that naive. Everywhere you look, there's warnings about safe sex, never mind babies, and you two just didn't...
Look, Happy, I don't need this. I just want to see Nick. Ask him what to do.
It's no use asking Nick what to do, Elsa. You've got to work it out for yourself.
But he loves me.
You've known each other 5 minutes. He's your first proper boyfriend. You don't know the first thing about love, neither of you.
Thought you'd understand. You're as bad as my mother.
Oh, look at you. You come back here while Nick lies to Mr. Tate so he can go looking for you. I would have thought you were in enough of a mess without Nick losing his job as well. Where does it stop, Elsa? When are you going to grow up and start acting like adults?
of that then? Just a rep. Nobody wanted to buy fish then? No. Well, what's your problem? I know how to stop mink stealing fish, and I know how to stop herons stealing fish. I wondered if you could tell me what to do about a rat picking them.
Don't ask me, sunshine. You're the gamekeeper.
And you're the bloody rat.
Oh, what does that mean?
I've just seen you selling that bloke fish.
Well, you can prove that, can you?
Well, just remember this. Never do it on your own doorstep. It don't pay. Never.
I'll pick you up about 12 then.
I just want a quiet birthday, Henry, you know. Getting to 70 is nothing special.
Your birthday might not be, but you are, honey.
Don't be soft.
She's just gone home, Mum.
Are we having a repeat of last time?
Of course not.
What's the matter?
Well, apparently Elsa's not going to stay the night after all.
She's just gone home.
What's going on?
Nothing, Annie, honestly.
Are you up to something?
Of course I'm not. She's just a bit upset about something, that's all. Look, I'm sorry if we've messed you about.
I thought it was bad enough living with Amos. I'd forgotten what it was like with the family.
Anytime you want to swap, Henry, be my guest.
Oh.
I really am most grateful, sir. It's been an unexpected pleasure.
Thank you, Alan. If there's anything I can do to help.
Mr. Turner, can I have a word?
Oh, not now, Seth.
Hello, Seth. Seen any more foxes that need our help lately?
No, I saw a long-eared owl other night. In fact, if you'd like to have a look at it sometime.
Oh, I'd love to, Seth.
Have you come down here to discuss owls, Seth?
No, I want to word about Jock.
Oh, for heaven's sake, do you have to come to me every time that man does something?
He's a horrible man. He gives me the creeps. Well, bye-bye, Alan. I'll see you, Seth. I'll fix up with you about the owl.
So, what's he been doing now? Forgotten to feed the fish again?
No, I think he's nicking them.
You wouldn't be that stupid? Not after that hair coursing business?
I saw him selling some to a bloke, and he looked shifty. Mind, he always says looks shifty. Only I thought I'd better warn you. Mind if you're not bothered. They are your fish.
Yeah. Oh, you better keep an eye on him, Seth. If nothing else, we might be able to get rid of him.
Elsa! What are you doing here? I've come home. I wanted to see Nick, talk to him.
But that's why you went to Auntie Margaret's, so that...
I know, Mum, so that we couldn't see each other.
No, Elsa, so that you'd have some time to sort things out.
Well, I have. I've been doing a lot of thinking on my own.
And?
About what I should do. Not what you think I should do, or Nick. Just me.
Oh, lass.
I've made my mind up. I know what I've got to do. That's why I've come home.
I'm sure you've made the right decision.